gives you an idea of the whole lay of the land. So land goes all the way to that tree line, then back into the woods.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Just spent the last hour talking to the actual old farmer that lives at the end of the road here. And he farmed here. It would have been 12, 14 years ago. He stopped farming. He's 91 years old. He said, I can't be much help to you, but if you need anything, let me know. So he gave me some good recommendations on who owns what the deal is with all this stuff. The wells, yeah, absolutely appreciate it. So, but beautiful day. Yanko's been partying all day. We got some work to do on the Mac, but I figured we should cruise around a little bit. And something came to me. I've had it for like 4 months now, and I actually did a whole video of building it and everything, and then I deleted the video while assembling it. So Ad Motor hit me up, and they said a while back, they said electric bike. And honestly, I went to Hampton Beach, and all my buddies have electric bikes, and I was like, I don't really see me needing one or want one. This thing rips, absolutely rips. I got the one with the little cargo in the back. It's stretched out a little bit. Figure if Yanko wants to ride around with me, but I'll give him some exercise. But when they hit me up, I was like, well, it would be cool to go Hampton Beach. You cruise the strip with all your buddies on the bikes. And then I was like, wait, I have a lot of land to cover. A while back, I sat at Frank's waiting for a ride, and I had actually recently got this. Everybody said, why didn't you take the bike over? It goes like 22 miles an hour. You could have ripped it back and been done already. So I got the electric bike. It absolutely rips. I'll give a more rundown of the fact sheet on it. I see a bunch of other YouTubers have got them of different brands and whatnot. This thing, they're neat. Electric bikes are neat because you can pedal them at the same time, but when you're not feeling so athletic, you can jump on here. So, well, alrighty, I'm gonna go rip around. I gotta look at some stuff. You wanna follow me? Need some better tools, but that water level's about, I don't know, 4 foot too tall. Too high. So we're gonna go check the one upstream there. Yeah, this little bike's pretty handy. Yanko's been swimming for a while. We're just gonna rip down the road a little bit. Yanko. Yanko. Come on, come on. Yeah. Come in. Oh yeah, rips. Somebody's at least gonna be tired. Oh, he's beating me. Do a little bit of pedaling, get the speed up. So to the left of me is all my property, up to halfway up that hill. So we're cutting in here, buddy. Yep. So what we really got to do, you guys are a little bumpy, so we got to clean up some of this. There's a ditch that goes down below. Wow. Yeah, this is bumpy. So there's a ditch that runs down below, and as you can see, it's all backed up. Well, I'll ride down there, but the water's in the field. That's gonna make it a little tough to grow a crop, so it's backed up because of the current situation we got going on. Well, we're fixing it. So this water's going down, but that is exactly why we are backed all the way up into the field. Look at the damage they do. Apple tree gonna be gone. They just destroy everything. Yeah, good laneway, just needs to be ditched, needs to be cleaned up. And our property goes all the way up to that tree line, down that road, and out in here. Got some water flowing now. As you can see, I've already dropped it like a foot, which is good, because it's not meant to back up and be in all the fields, and yeah, that would make the spring a real challenge. So we got to dig that out so that it drains properly. It's a big part of this. I'm getting ground that was neglected in a lot of spots, and we got to work it, get it to a good spot. Treat the ground good, it treats you good, and waterway management, tree management, proper soil management, it goes good. Mostly doing some management as far as water flow today. I still got a lot of work to do, but this is the property line right down here, so clearly this field needs to be mowboard. I'm thinking that's going to be grass, but after riding down in the bottom, because it was so waterlogged, a lot of stuff is dead. And the property line goes all the way out through the woods and then big square. So there is a chunk of land. Yanko is going to sleep good tonight, him running after me all day, but I'm going to venture down here, just check how it comes across, have a layout of the land. I guess I better throw this sign out. Ain't no point in having the sign laying here in the side of the ditch. So went up to that house over there. Somebody from the city, it's all overgrown. Just went down the path to make sure the water was running underneath nicely. There's a ditch that starts at those trees, goes left down. That's on my side of the property, so probably got to dig that because it's pushing water across the center of the field. So big ditch there, over there, and I think one right behind this Mr. Burr's house there at the end, the original farmer. But yeah, I'm not sure. I gotta get some ratchet straps or something for this. Oh yeah, now we're hauling. You're tired, bud. You haven't been able to run and play like this in a long time. We do got some trash on the edge of the road we'll have to pick up at some point. See, this is what drives me nuts. You had all the field and it went to here. You can see the line, and then town mows the rest, but you went in 10 foot. So all that does is overgrow everything and make it look horrible. I love projects, but I don't understand some people why they do the things they do for the farming side of it. Like, there's a friggin' chunk of land up here. A chunk of land. Yanko's over there chasing deer off. Wow. It's just, this ground, like, it hasn't been worked. So what I'm really hoping for is that it grows some of the best corn in my life and my first year is actually successful. That's what I'm hoping for. I can hear his collar clicking. But yeah, this is temporary fence that comes up through here, so it's not nice. We'll go up and see. What a life he lives. So this is the top side of the pasture, the hillside, and as you see, it's just full of those brambles or prickers or whatnot. We got some trees growing up, so we got to do some fence maintenance. This pasture is legit, like, it is nice. 4-wire, like I said before, runs all the way around. I thought the pasture actually went all the way up to here, but clearly it doesn't because there's no fence across. It blocks right there, makes a square, but it's just like 2-wire, 3-wire temporary pasture fence. This is good stuff here, like really good fence. We gotta work that ground, and we really got to reseed it down and split it up so we can graze cows up and around and through. But gives you an idea of the whole lay of the land. So land goes all the way to that tree line, then back into the woods, this tree line all the way down. There goes that R model hauling sap. Every day I see it. 6-wheeler, old milk tanker. I guess they're from Fonda or up that way. Isaiah told me who it was and I forget the name, but hell of a rig. Okay, so this is like a gateway to get through it. It's barbed wire fence. I take it this post isn't all the way in the ground. Maybe it is. No. So that will pull right up. Then we can get the tractor. And instead of trying to get through down there, we'll come up here. And I want to pasture this. Like, it gets a little steep. We might leave the bottom and do the up top. But I guess it gets wet. That's what he was saying down there. But we got to do some drainage work anyways. But you can't pasture cows on this with thinking that you're going to do any better for the soil for you. Plus, when I look out my front porch, looking at this, it's just no bueno. But yeah, see, this is a farmer fix. It's a gate. Look at this. You can tell it was dairy farming. Then you can pick that up and you can swing it out of the way. What a fab work. But yeah, this fence, I like the fence. So this is the other one. As you see, it's temporary falling over, so I'm gonna go that way back out. Actually, we should go down and come back up, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure Yanko said goodbye and went back to the house. Yesterday, he really didn't know what to do. Yeah, so this one has its pasture down to the fence line there, and it's an older fence, but that's the pond. And the pond actually feeds into there. It comes out of a well, and it feeds to the milk cows for drinking, or the cows in the barn for drinking. But we got a puddle of water there. So the drainage ditch either goes that way or it goes this way. I'm not really sure. But there is a ditch that runs right here, down and out. So we got some ditch digging to do. But this little makeshift pasture will clean that up. Probably roll all the wire back up so we got it. Farm right down to the edge where the water is. And then in the future, if we want to put this back into pasture, we can. But in the meantime, this isn't that steep. No, it's really not that steep. Like, it's steeper, but it's not that steep, and I don't plan on farming it every year. Otherwise, would probably have to strip farm it so you don't get runoff. But anything on these, well, my plan is to cover crop ground, and then we can chop the feed off. I got to see how it's going to work. We might be only able to cover crop the ground and chop the feed off ground that was silage corn the year before. But yeah, I was informed that front silo is full of corn silage, the rear silo is full of grass haylage. But the front silo, or the silos, have never been fully emptied. Mr. Burr put them up in his lifetime, and well, they haven't been fully emptied in the last like 20 years. So the feed on the bottom should be absolutely amazing. If you got good storage, feed only gets better with time. That's why if you got 2 years worth of inventory on hand, you make more milk with feed that was put up properly, that is in good quality, that ferments longer. Ran one parked. Yeah, pretty good one right there. Might fix her up. There's a lot of round bales that got just pushed in the woods all around. There's one there, there's two there, there's one back there, there's a bunch over there. But this is my property line, actually. So there's this little section of field up in here which is owned by the neighbor there, that I went and just ran down the line. They do not actually live up here, or she does not live up here. She lives in the city. But as you see, they just never mowed all the way to the edge of the field, and the field's just become disastrous. And so as far as tree maintenance for the first year, I have yet to find anything that really jumps out and I say we gotta go cut that down and move that. But if you don't take care of this part of the field, those trees add out and add out and add out. Before you know it, you're farming, your 50-acre field is now 40 acres. Right? And we don't want that, because And you don't get paid anything because you're not farming anything. You're gonna be tired as anything. But I might run up this and just look. They didn't farm any of it down below here or in the middle, and they farmed a little bit up on the top. So there ain't much quality for feed actually on the ground. I was hoping it would be pretty nice, but it's when you don't put anything into it, you don't get anything out of it. That's the thing. And if you don't own it and you don't know what the future is, the second that for sale sign goes up, who knows what's going to happen. If it's going to be solar, or if it's going to go by the wayside, or if somebody else is going to buy it. So what's the point of putting feed into it, or putting effort into it and putting your money into it when you don't know the future? This is a hell of a unit. You're a hell of a unit, but whew, yeah, riding around on that made life a lot better. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. So, little rundown of where we're at on property. We got quite a bit of work to do on field work and stuff like that. I'm gonna jump in on the Mac and get that all buttoned up. We keep up weather like this, and yeah, spring will be here pretty quick, but some wind, some beautiful skies. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s, but I think it's supposed to rain, so yeah. God damn. Well, we definitely have a lot to do. I'm putting my shoes back on, but we're gonna stay right after it. We got manure hauling to do, which that's as I've said multiple times in multiple different videos, that's gonna make sure that I can keep moving ahead. But at some point we're gonna say, alrighty, we gotta go crop farming. All of this stuff that is in here, oh, I left the lights on, can't even tell because I haven't got the new lights up. All of this stuff will be gone. Monday is when they're gonna have a crew, and that will be so much nicer. I love that they're inside. So on this truck, I'd like to go through, grease everything. I got an oil leak up here in the front, as you see, and I don't know exactly where it's coming from. Back here has been good. It does have an exhaust leak a little bit. We got to get some new clamps and work on that. But there's some comments previously that the governor or something on this pump. It's been like that since I first got it. It likes to really run. Be great to send this pump out once we slow down. Just have them run through it because they were sitting around. But I do got some fuel or something right there, I see. So, got everything greased up. Sure glad I'm inside. Started raining. I figured it was gonna. Looks a little dark over there, so we'll have to check our waterway once we get done messing with this. But cleaned up that oil leak. Got to adjust the brakes. Got everything greased though. That's a big plus. Hopefully the hydraulic tank or the hydraulic leak was leaking down. At some point we got to get this thing all washed up, looking good again. It will not be today. We're just gonna run out of time. Got the cab all vacuumed out, cleaned out. We'll figure out exactly what we need to put back in, but it was getting a little messy. And then last week I realized, well, I started noticing on the floor that I had an oil dripping. And there's only one thing that comes up here with the oil in it, and it's your oil pressure gauge. So we got quite a bit of oil that splashed around. We'll have to do some cleaning. But the problem was the sending unit to say low oil pressure for the light was actually leaking. So we'll bypass that for right now. We'll get a new one. But I'm always looking at the oil pressure gauge just to make sure that we got it. But I'll throw it back together. I just disconnected some pieces. Got that light working again. I honestly think there was so much oil in there that it was shorting it out across it, and I don't know why pressing on it was helping it, but took it out, made sure it was all tight. Truck's got 299,650, so this week we'll roll over 3,000 miles on the old girl. Got everything figured out that I wanted to. I still gotta clean the windshield. Can you stop squeaking? I still gotta clean the windshields, but it's getting to that time that I could do that tomorrow morning. Clean the cab up. Got all my lights that I've been looking for. They've all been in here. All of them. But, alrighty, let's go check that water once. This is all greased. Fifth wheel is greased. I should double check how much oil I got in it because I do have oil here. Hydraulic oil. But, yeah. I'm thinking I still got a slight oil leak. I can't see where it's coming from actually. It's coming. I'm almost thinking it's just dripping between this gasket and the pump. Making a mess because I can't see anywhere else. But had an exhaust leak down here. It wasn't actually on from that time that we put that back together. So it was leaking just a little bit. But yeah, it's getting dark, which means it's getting late. Which means we got to leave here at 4 tomorrow morning to get to where we want to be with some reasonable time because I'd like to adjust the brakes on the trailer. Truck brakes are all adjusted. It rolls. It's happy. It's sweet working inside when it's raining outside. Oh, I saw my arch nemesis out there in the water, but I won't say any names. Wow, am I dirty. This bike's a ripper. I'm going to talk more about it on a future video. But ripper. You guys would not have seen all of that today without that bike, so appreciate them as a partner on the channel. And honestly, it's dinner time. We also have all these boxes, so appreciate you guys watching along today, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.